The Aurora is popping. Just as I came on, it's at the top of the screen. It went off screen. It was insane. But there's a lot of activity out there. All right, I gotta do some stuff. So let's get all the pop-outs done. It's not so nice here still. Tomorrow's supposed to get nice. Or better. Wow. So let's get all the pop-outs done. Here we go. I hate when that happens. And I am working till 1. There is a show on. So I gotta pay attention. Okay. 2 more. That's Rumble. Let me make sure there's no audio here, just in case. All right, we're almost done. I gotta find see if my coffee. I don't know where I put it. Well, it's probably cold by now. Because I was just finished working. Working video shows. Now I just gotta watch the clock. Oh, so I hope everybody's having a wonderful night. Today was, well, not really technically, because the Dodgers and the Padres opened their season last weekend, technically. But today was pretty much opening day. So it didn't look good. It did not look good for the Yankees when that game started. I was like, oh, here we go. But I will say it, and I said it before the game. Their pitching will be their demise. It's not going to make it. Their pitching is going to kill them. They're not going to go far. Not with that pitching staff. What, Ma? I think he's still hungry. He's looking at me and he's going crazy.
I know.
Oh, look at that Aurora. Yeah, I mean, but he did after that bumpy start, he retired 12 out of 13. After his initial bumpy start. So at least he gathered himself and was able to get some innings out of it. And they came back to win. So, but that's not, you cannot survive a season like that. You cannot survive a season when your bullpen gets depleted because you're using them after 5 innings. It's going to catch up to you. And Cole is out for at least 2 months. He was placed on the 60-day.
We don't have no more visits.
I took them out. So, like I said, their pitching will be their demise. It's written all over the wall. Um, so, yeah, Bob Sterling. Whatever, Mom. I'm live now. I gotta pay attention to the station. She's distracting me, and I gotta download the show from that. I'll do it in the morning. Actually, I don't want to do it in the morning because I want to paint in the morning. That's a beautiful Aurora. I gotta get out there. I gotta get work done out there. I'm dead. Mama's like, oh my God, how are you gonna do all that? Because I'm gonna do it. But there's a lot to be done. But yeah, I mean, the thing is with Cole's situation, he could come back, still be hurt, or get quickly re-injured, and then he's out for the year. I think he will be back, but for how long? And then the TJ comes up, Tommy John. So that's what I'm thinking more. That he'll come back, still be, or quickly re-injure it, the elbow. Then he's going in. I'm getting messages. Oh shit, look at that Aurora. Commander's messaging me. Yeah, only of course only time will tell. You can't predict what's gonna happen. What's up, Alice? But we'll see. Anything could happen. I got work to do, so what is that? Commander's messaging me, so I gotta pay attention for a second. Okay, this is done. I got it. He's messaging me. We're having a conversation. I mean, I am still working. Okay, hopefully. It's like we're having a full blown conversation right now. Oh my God. And I gotta go to a commercial in 4 minutes.
Bill,
What?
I gotta cook for tacos.
Okay, hold on. You don't know how to open the gizzards?
No, I don't.
There's a little tab on the
I
side.
don't care.
Ha! You just push it down
I don't care.
and you lift the lid up.
I tried to do it. I tried to do it, and I gave up because it's gonna go under my nails. Dangerous. I could get cut.
All right, he's done. Okay, break in less than 3 minutes. Anyway, where the heck was I? What? Isn't it pretty, Lorraine? Isn't that... Oh, fuck. Anyway, it is beautiful. And there's a lot on that screen right now. That is stunning, actually. The colors, the pinks. Like, I won't say... It's almost like Nah, it's just beautiful colors. I can't say violet, magenta. I can't. It's more like a pink, to me at least. What's up, Jade? Oh, the Red Sox are playing. That's right. I will say nothing else than that. That's all I'll say. Because I have no feelings toward the Angels or any other teams. But when you mention the Red Sox, that strikes a different chord. And I can't even consider Tampa Bay or Toronto or Baltimore. It's always been about the Red Sox. Always. So I'll just bite my tongue and I'll stop right there. Good luck. Maybe not. Red Sox. Wait, what is it? Red Sox Nation? Something like that? They got some kind of a thing going on. The Yankees is the evil empire. It's like Yankee Universe. Oh, this is what I do want to complain about. And I am so sick of it. This bullshit. Now, just listen to this. This is some bullshit. So, today's opening day. Okay? Tomorrow's Yankee game is on Apple Plus. The second game of the season for the fans that wait all winter long. And you're going to have the second game on Apple Plus? Could you not at least wait a week or two before you do something like that? To me, that is such bullshit. It's greed. I can't stand it. I cannot even stand it. And I'm being honest. That is BS for the fans. It's BS. It's even worse that they're on the fucking road. It's not like you can go to Yankee Stadium and see the game in person, yet it's still on Apple. Not everybody has Apple Plus. Not everybody has iPhones or Macs or anything like that. Are you kidding me? That is such bull. It's always about the money, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm a Yankee fan, but I'm also a realistic person. Just because it's my team, I'm not going to take the sword on everything they do and agree with everything they do. Hell no. To me, that is horrific. It is bad. It's bad for the game. It's bad for the fans. It's just bad. To me, my opinion. And I'm not happy about it. At all. So, and it's a pretty good series. It's opening up with Houston. I mean, it's a pretty good way to start the season. Would be considered a contender, the Astros, for sure. I don't know about the Yankees, but the Astros are. They always are for the last few years. They're always going to be in it. So that is BS. I mean, that's disgusting to me. Wow, this Aurora is beautiful. And like I said, I'm just being honest. I gotta do this. I don't know how long they took. I don't remember when they went to break. 58. I think they ran a little late. I gotta do this. Okay, it's right there. I already went to commercial. I must do this file. I have to do both of them because I can't do it in the morning. Right there. That's a video, and I'm fast forwarding to get to the point where I gotta cut the commercials out. Because any show that's on the KGRA archives in the members area does not have any commercials. It's just the show. Same goes with audio files. There will be no commercials in the audio files. That's how we do. So it's work. After every live show, that's what Chanel and I have to go through. Editing video and audio. So it's not just about producing. There's a lot of editing involved too. And Chanel is awesome. She's also a sweetheart. Very intelligent. Okay. If I'm always here, he would say, unlike you. I could hear him. Oh my God. One thing that pissed me off about Apple TV is they won't take a debit card. It has to be an actual credit card. What? They won't take a debit card? No. That's... I can't believe that. All right, okay. Jade, I cannot make a judgment call on that because it's still a lot of gray area when it comes to oh my God, he is here. Oh, that's just creepy. That's just creepy shit that just happened. He is in chat. What's going on, Amol? There's too much bullshit out there. To me, I can't accuse Shohei Ohtani for anything unless there's evidence that shows otherwise. There's just no way. I mean, people are speculating and making assumptions, and it doesn't look good, but that doesn't mean that the guy's not innocent of anything. You know what I mean? We have to see how this plays out. So, I don't know. All I know is for sure that interpreter's in deep shit. That's for sure. A lot of people are saying that, Ken. A lot of people are saying, since his name was on the invoices, that he had to know. You know, like this. I haven't kept up with it either. At all, you know. But it'll diminish in time. It'll go away. Like everything else, people tend to forget about it. And one day, late at night on a Sunday, they'll say that this happened. Who knows? I don't know. But he is the face of baseball, internationally especially, too. So I don't know what's going to happen with this. To be honest, I don't. But what do you do? What if he is guilty? Does he get a year ban? Like, what do they do? How do they handle this? Look what they did to Pete Rose and are still doing to Pete Rose. I mean, gambling is out completely. So I don't know. I don't know where this is. There's, like I said, I have to wait to see how this develops. I can't speculate. It sure doesn't look good, though. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I guess. That's a beautiful night there too, by the way. Look at that. A lot of stars. It's beautiful. It's a clear night. It's gorgeous. And like I said, I'm doing work in the background for a few minutes, so. What's up, Genghis? Ken is insisting. And then he puts in bet. I bet he did it. It's like emphasizing the word bet. It is. It was before I started streaming, it was exploding, and I'm rushing trying to get the stream to start. It was outrageous when UAP was on, because I was trying to set up the stream while the show was on, and I was like, wow, I hope this stays. But that's the way it was kind of looking, but even brighter than that green. I was like, holy, and it was on like the whole screen. It was beautiful. It's beautiful now. Uh-oh. I had coffee. All right. I gotta get the commercials out now, the audio file. How much fun this is gonna be. I don't think it starts there. I think it starts here. Let me see.
To the App Store and search KGRA TV.
Okay, it's before that. It's right here. Fantasy. How's the stuff going on in California with the flowers? I hear that everything's like blooming because it was a very wet winter. I'm hearing that it's all starting to come out and everything is looking beautiful. Is that true? Somebody said that to me that lives in California. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like confused. I'm sure it's not in Seattle where a mole is. Okay, that's done. Come on, come on. I'll do the video file in the morning. I gotta do the audio. What's today? 28. Don't. Just take a break. Okay. What time is it? Break in 3 minutes. This is when I stop talking. I gotta concentrate. Okay, audio's good. Video's doing its thing. And I gotta watch the station. I gotta put a commercial. Okay, we're good. Anyway. Wanderer, are you going to Contact in the Desert? Are you going? And have you purchased, if you are going, have you purchased any? Because they have a Easter 10% off the passes, and I have the code. If I'm just asking, if you do, I was a shooter or something on the screen. I caught my eye. So let me know. Matter of fact, here, they sent it to me. Right there. So if you haven't and you are planning to, you can use the Easter sale code, 10% off the passes with Easter 10, and it ends Sunday night or Sunday. So this is available for Contact in the Desert. I will let everybody know when Pine Bush is available. It's not up publicly yet, but I'll let everybody know when that happens. So if you are planning to go to Contact in the Desert, all right, something is definitely running in the background. That's all this stuff that I'm doing right now. I gotta be careful. I'm trying to do too many things. If you're planning to go to Contact and you haven't purchased passes, tickets, whatever, Easter 10 is your code for 10% off. So, there you go. Gotta go to commercial in a minute. I can't go to Contact because it's the same weekend as Pine Bush. That's done. You still there, Wanderer? Oh, Pine Bush. It's gonna be nuts for me. Michael, are you in chat? Don't forget, Thursday, whatever day that is, after Memorial Day, the date. It's 31 days, so June 1st. The 30th? May 30th? I am thinking I would like to. Well, I'm just going to tell you. Oh, shit. I got to break right away. Hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, I missed it. I got it, but by 1 second. Wow. That was close. That was close. See how the camera's locking up? It's because I got too many things running. I'm gonna have to close out some windows. Wow. What the hell is making the computer hit high peaks? Okay, we need to close some browser windows. One, two, three. Screw it. Let's close them all. I'll tell you, that Premiere Pro takes up a lot. Because I closed a bunch of browsers and it's still... What's up, Ghost? Contact in the Desert is in California. Something Springs. I forgot. I can't remember. Cold Springs? I can't remember. But like I said, if you want to go and it's out west. Oh shit. Wow, this video is killing me. Premiere Pro. If you're thinking about going and you want to get a discount by Sunday, you get 10% off, and that could be a big chunk depending on how much you pay for it to contact. Because contact is not inexpensive, it's not cheap. So 10% of a price. I mean, say it was 100. It's 10, but it's more than 100. I don't know. I haven't checked the prices, but I'm definitely assuming it's more than $100 if you're gonna like do the whole thing. So it pays off if you're gonna go all out. It's all depending on what you're planning to do. But like I said, I got Pine Bush that weekend, so I'm stuck here. I wouldn't. There's no way. What is it, Mama?
Yeah, look for something.
Over there by the bench.
No,
Are you coming with me to Frankie's house, Ma?
I have to.
And we're gonna leave Tycho here overnight.
I don't know.
I'm not coming home. I'm coming home early in the morning because I want to have a party here for Sunday. We'll leave like at 10 o'clock in the morning.
I
But
don't know, Billy. That's up to you. If anything happens to Tycho, it's in your hands. Not mine.
he'll be fine. We leave him plenty of food and water. He'll be fine for one night. So then you stay home. I'll go by myself. It's that simple. Mom doesn't want to leave the dog for one night by himself. One night. I don't blame her in a way because I don't feel comfortable about it either. Even though I'd leave him plenty of food and water, but it would be best if Mom stays, to be honest. Because she might start with me at that night. We should go home, Billy. We should go home, Tycho. We should go home. I could just hear it now. She'll nag the hell out of me. I could say, Bill, I want to go home. I could hear it already. Predictable. I hate to say it, but it's true. Mom! Come here. I'm not going to mess with her. Because I'd like to see her admit it, because I know she would. You know what you'll do if you go to Frankie's house, right?
What?
I could predict it already.
What?
At about 7 o'clock at night, maybe 6, you'll say, Bill, I want to go home. Billy, I want to go home. Let's go home.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know.
Tycho. I could hear it already. I could predict it. So you should just stay home and I'll do it by myself.
I'm not letting you there by yourself.
Why? Are you nuts? Is anybody going to go see Godzilla? I'm going to go Monday on my birthday. I'm going to go see the Godzilla movie Monday. By myself. I think it comes out, well, technically it might come out tonight. Tomorrow? I think. I gotta watch the time. This video is driving me nuts rendering on Premiere Pro. It's taking forever. Has anybody ever used Premiere Pro? I've been using it for years. I love it. But it is a killer. Especially when you're running a station, you're doing a live stream, you're sharing a screen, you've got 5 chat windows open, all this stuff going on. That video is killing me. Ghost. It's not working. You may go see it Saturday. Well, look into it. Use Easter 10, Wanderer, if you decide to. For the one day, use Easter 10. That is a beautiful. Look at this Aurora taking off now. Oh my gosh. It's exploding. Wow, that is wicked. I don't think it's Godzilla has a kid. I think it's like, I haven't seen the trailers really. I think it's like this other Kong, but it's like a mutation version of Kong, and it's bigger than Kong. Some shit like that. It's like playing the video game Rampage. You know what Japanese movie that I like with Kong? It's called King Kong Escapes, because I've seen them all. And that's when Kong is fighting the mechanical Kong. It's actually not bad for a Japanese Kong movie made many years ago. I haven't seen it in like a long time. That's something I may want to see just to try to remember it. When a quarter would get you 3 plays. Yeah, I remember going to the arcades. My favorite game, which I do have on Xbox, but it's on disc, Xbox One, was Galaga. I loved Galaga. It was one of my favorite games, Galaga. There was a game that we used to go during when we were in high school. There was a place called Records and Stuff, and they had video games in the back. And during lunch, we would go there because it was right next to the high school, and we would play this game, Food Fight. And you know, we smoked a little, and then we would go play Food Fight, and when we would just laugh our asses off playing Food Fight. You threw pies. It was a game where you were like a chef, and you were throwing pies at the other characters running around the screen, and you had to eliminate them all. For some stupid reason, we would just laugh playing that game. I remember Cubert hopping around. I remember Cubert. What's up, Sharuk? But I remember that. Dig Dug. There was a lot of games. Tempest. Galaxian. But Galaga was it. Centipede. There's so many. Donkey Kong was big at one point. Donkey Kong Jr. Fantasy Zone. I remember Fantasy Zone. Yes. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at that. But I have an arcade collection on Xbox One. I haven't played them. They're loaded, but they won't work without the disc. And there's such a pile of games over there, it would take me forever to find it. Sick. Wow, look at that. That's intense. That's beautiful. Oh, the video's done. Thank God. Oh, that's a relief. Wow. The computer dropped completely after that. Wow. That just goes to show Premiere Pro's a killer. Anyway. Okay. Well, that's kind of close, Ghost. I mean, it's not. I mean, in some of the duller areas of the green, it kind of looks cool. It is crazy tonight, the Aurora. Um, what's up, 12 in Trovo? But it's intense tonight. It is. It's pretty nice tonight. Time to get comfortable. So I don't know if you heard this story. So this phone got damaged. The S22 Ultra. It's got a little mark here on the glass, and it shows through it, and over here. So I had one payment left on this sucker. I called T-Mobile. I've been with T-Mobile 16 years, 7 months, and whatever days. Literally. How do I know? Because I asked the person last night. And how long have I been with T-Mobile? So anyway, I was going to get I did get a replacement phone. Oh shit, break in 5 seconds. I had to pay $199 for the replacement phone. I get it yesterday. First of all, it was refurbished. The only thing that came in the box was the phone. Secondly, when I put the phone on, it didn't even load. It froze on the initial screen, and it started getting hot. And I couldn't shut it off. Couldn't hold the button down to shut it off. I called Assurant, who they use for their insurance. And this is exactly how I said it. I said, hello. I know what I had to I'm going to make a major complaint right now. I know it's not your fault. I know you're just a representative, but I am pissed. I said it just like that. I pay $100 for a replacement phone. First of all, it's refurbished. Secondly, it doesn't work. I'm going to send it back tomorrow, and I want a full refund. And they said, okay. So I brought the phone this morning, sent it back, and they issued a full refund. When they get the phone, they issue the refund. So then the big one was calling T-Mobile. And she was a sweetheart. A sweetheart I was talking to. Thank God. We actually talked more about KGRA and paranormal than about what was going on. Eventually. So I told her my complaint, told her how long I've been at T-Mobile. What can T-Mobile do for me? Because I'm not happy. You tell me to go to the insurance company, I pay money, and this is what happens to me. I get a phone that doesn't work. Let me tell you this. How about we do this? I want the new S24 Ultra, the 512. What can you do for me? He says, the typical, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to place you on hold, and I'm going to talk to my supervisor. Because they tried to say, oh, we only have special deals for new customers. I said, all right, so wait. I'm a 17-year-old customer, and you can't do nothing for an old customer, but you could only do it for new customers? Really? Well, you know what? Maybe I need to have a second thought about staying with you as a carrier. That's all you got to do. Threaten to leave. So she gets back on the phone. Like I said, she was a sweetie. And she says, how about this? We'll give you 2 months off payment, and we're going to eliminate 2 months of payment for the new phone. And we're going to wipe your last payment for the existing phone. I said, let's do it. I'm actually going to pay less per month with the new phone. Still get my $100 back that I put down for the insurance. And have a new S24 Ultra. So in all this craziness that happened, I'll be better off. But it was crazy. It was crazy. It's true, Alice. You're right. But they did me good. They made a good deal. So I can't complain too much because they did listen to my complaints and they did pretty good. But still, I saved like $150 from it. But I was pissed. I was not happy. And I was very polite. But I said, I am really upset right now. So that's the craziness with the phone the last 24 hours. Phone works and everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it somewhere and see if they can repair the front glass. I don't know if they can, and I don't know how much it would cost. But this is an excellent phone. This is the Ultra 512. This phone is badass. If I could fix it for $150, I'll do it. And have it as a backup phone. It's my phone. I own it. So I'm going to see what they would charge me to put a new front glass face on it. I've had some unholy fights with customer service. When I get those calls, I would be embarrassed. No, that I threatened to leave. I threatened to leave and go to Verizon. I did. I said, I'm out. But that's what you got to do. Wow, that's amazing. Wow. It's really nice tonight. This must look awesome if you're watching on a TV screen, because we're on YouTube. And YouTube is on a lot of carriers. Like it's on Verizon. It's channel 837 here. But I have my laptop hooked up to one of the other ports, and I could use my laptop and see everything on the TV too. I do that for movies. And this would look really amazing. I should take myself off camera because that kind of ruins the image. A mole, don't comment. Because that is beautiful. Wanderer, that's great. I like that. So Wanderer says, not proud of my, going to talk with customer service and how they battle you. So Wanderer says, but when you F with my money, you're effing with my family. And if you F with my family, then we're going to have an effing problem. That's a good one. Oh my God. It's so true though. Oh man. Thank God I had coffee because Momzilla. Mom. Ma. Do me a favor.
What you want?
Make a fresh pot of coffee because I'm not going to make it another 2 hours working.
Yeah, but there's coffee there, that coffee that I made.
I had a cup. It's gone. You're going to need to make a new.
Also, now I gotta make more
Yes,
coffee.
please. And then I want you to do me something crazy.
What?
Boil me 3 eggs.
Okay. Yes.
That's it. 3 eggs.
All right.
Boil them. Either I make egg salad sandwiches with lettuce and tomato, or I'll just eat them just like that. Yes, because I can enjoy egg salad with diced pickle. I chop up the pickle fine and I put it in the mixture with the egg. And then I put lettuce and tomato on 40 cal bread toast. And it's slamming. Oh my gosh. Let's not even talk about food. Now I'm not on camera because this just looks awesome and I'm not gonna ruin it with this view. That is a heck of a view right now. I'll keep mom busy. All right, I gotta check this. Then I ordered a case for the S24 Ultra. So this way they come pretty much the same time. I don't know if I could show the email. So I don't want to put private stuff. But I may have deleted it. Okay. Yeah, I think I did delete it. Deleted items. I don't think it came in an email. I think it came over the phone. Yep, it did. It came over the phone. Oh well. Anyway, like I said, this is beautiful right now. This is a crazy Aurora evening. You bought a treadmill. Wanderer bought a treadmill and hope for more weight loss. Wow, that's actually not bad. $328, and like Alice said, does it incline? And she said, and Wanderer says yes. That's good for you. That's excellent. I've got an awesome exercise bike here, but now that I'm working on my house and I'm so busy, I don't need nothing, no exercise equipment right now. So I'm about to fall. Wow, look at that. That's drifting right in the direction we want it to, too. But it looks like it's going to go up on the top of the screen. That's wicked. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to get up early and start painting at 10 a.m. Wanderer, what state are you in? Don't tell me specifics. Just what state are you in? It's getting too hot to exercise outdoors? Because I forget. I mean, seriously, it's getting too hot to exercise outdoors already? I mean, shit over here today. Right now, it's not that cold for nighttime. It's 46. Louisiana. Okay. See, it went toward the top of the screen. That was pretty predictable. Still looks awesome. Look how bright that is. Wow. But now we may face a little lull after it goes off screen. That's wicked. Holy shit, I got a commercial in 45 seconds. This episode is called The Serpent Shadow that Clyde is doing right now. See now it still could it could fire right back up. That right side is active. When you see those colors, that's a good sign. And there it goes. It's gonna flare up again. Okay, we are on commercial break. Uh-oh. What is this about now? Oh God, what is that? Uh-oh. There's a lot of shit going back and forth here. I'm gonna have to check it on the computer. Shit. I'm gonna have to open up a window. Wow, look at that again. Predictable. Okay. Holy shit. Wow. This is a serious thing that's going on. Also. Holy shit. So, I gotta be careful how much I can say about this. So, MUFON, I can't even tell you the crazy. Oh, that shit looks amazing. I can't even tell you the crazy shit that's going on in detail. But I can, and I know Alice will drive her nuts. But MUFON was recently attacked, and someone got into their system and locked them down. That's public, and it's still a problem. And Secret Service, all kinds of people are looking into to see who may have been the culprit here. Now, I spoke about this, and I shouldn't even talk too much about it, but last year when I was at Roswell, I had an individual approach me. And this individual said to me, and it was about 9:30 in the morning, because I got there before everybody else did. So I'm sitting at the KGRA booth, and this was in March. Was it? Yes, this was in March. This wasn't the July one. And because I went to Roswell twice last year. And he says, I need to speak to somebody high up in MUFON right away. I said, well, Katie's not here. That's how I know it was March, because Katie was there. Katie's not here. She's state director for Colorado at the time, no longer. So I know, I know the higher ups in MUFON. You can tell me what's the problem, what's going on. And then he told me that there is a group that was going to target their CMS files, and that MUFON needs to pay attention and protect their stuff. So I was like, really? So I got on the phone and I called 4 people. I was at the airport calling people in between flights because I had to go from Roswell to Fort Worth, from Fort Worth to Charleston, and from Charleston to White Plains. So I was taking crazy amounts of flights. Now I found out that about a few months before that, something else was going on, and they were using someone in MUFON, and that person was providing them information. I'm like, holy shit. So my warning, though it sounded crazy at the time, they're probably saying, what the hell is Bill talking about? Like, I called top people to warn them, and look what happened. It happened. So that person that told me the information was right. And that's just a part of the story. But that's how crazy it was. It was crazy what was going on. Because there's an entity, I don't know what that entity is, that's out to destroy MUFON. And I can tell you, being careful, that there are MUFON people that are being threatened, intimidated, and it's just not good. I can tell you it's happening. But I can't go into specifics. That still looks nice on the screen. That looks beautiful. So there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Yes, Katie left. She's still technically a field investigator for MUFON, but she's moved on because I talked to her a few days ago. She's working on the Colorado Skinwalker Ranch stuff. What's up, Lewis? What's up? Also, before the attack, I tried to get in the free MUFON news clipping section, and it wouldn't let you in. Well, like I said, it happened. So the person that told me was fucking right. And I made the phone calls, and I warned them. Which, they had the warning, but, Genghis, it's to the point where some people need bodyguards. How's that? And that's as far as I'll say more. I'm not going to say no more than that. But it is crazy. It's crazy. But I think Sev, she's a sweetie. Earl, and they're going to have Paul and Joel Hynek, which is rare, as their next guest. The first show is Tuesday with Earl and Sev as the new host for one part of the MUFON show. And their guest is Kathleen Martin. Good night, Wanderer. See you. I'll be on tomorrow after 11 after I'm done with work. Unless I'm dead because I got to paint tomorrow. I may not stream tomorrow night. I'll probably be too dead because I gotta work tomorrow night too. It's heavy. But Alex and Ruben will be good too. So it's gonna be some interesting new faces on the MUFON shows. Yeah, that green does look nice, Fantasy. It does. This would look awesome on a big TV and have all the lights off and just let it be and just chill to it. Like if we weren't on YouTube, this is like Pink Floyd all the way. I can say that that's not the case. And I'm not gonna speak on specifics. I could just tell you that's not what it is. There's a major consensus theory based on other connecting instances of infiltration that is pointing to one organization. That's it. That's all but it's crazy. But I'm sure they'll sort it out. I'm sure eventually it's gonna get sorted out. They're working on it. What happened? Oh. That's why I don't walk away from them when I make them. But who knows? I'm just checking the station. It seems to be fading a bit now. Generally. There's still activity in the center of the screen, but like a flare. There was a shooter, Genghis. I saw that. Oh, God. Mick West. Oh, my, Ken. It's good to have a healthy debate, though. It is. It's good. And I got to say, the recent conversation, there's something moving on the screen, a plane in the center right. Oh shit, the Darcy, he never emailed it to me again. The recent information that I found out about Bob Lazar was mind-blowing. From people that were directly connected to Caltech. I was floored on some of the stuff. And I'll leave it at that. Let's see. It's amazing what people say off the record. And you're like, what? Let me see. You just reminded me of something. Oh, hell no, he's not a liar. Oh, hell no. Lazar is not a liar. Oh, hell no. Totally opposite. Let's put it this way.
Okay, Taco, here. You better eat it too.
Somebody, well, there's actually a few.
Yes, I can.
I was told in fucking, like, not to say. But,
Go, Taco, go on.
let me not even say it. Because I'll get in trouble.
You better not.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. But I could say this: that a security guard told someone that in a conversation that they were told to keep if Lazar showed up back at the base to arrest him on sight. There's a lot of background stuff that the people don't know about. Now I don't know if they're gonna talk about it in this Lazar film, but it's really interesting stuff.
You better eat it, Tycho. This with water.
Yeah, look at this. It's starting to redevelop right in the center of the screen. When somebody that was close to Lazar used to drive him back and forth to Caltech, and some other people that were involved and are pretty much corroborating Bob being there, because that was the whole thing, that he wasn't part of that. Like I said, there's a person that I know who's very prominent and told me, Bill, you can't repeat what I'm about to tell you. And I can't. And then he told me how Lazar was legit. And I was like, are you kidding me? And who told you this? And he wouldn't tell me names. And you wouldn't believe who told me this. I was actually shocked that he brought it up. And I was like, holy, I almost slipped the name. Are you serious? That's like, Tom Reed was here, and we were talking to someone on the phone. Before it even became public, I gotta go to commercial in a minute, we already knew about the whistleblower protection that they were gonna come out with to try to, protect them more. And it was bipartisan, behind closed doors, and Tom asked him, are these whistleblowers for real? He goes, this is serious. This is the real deal. And this is like a year and a half before everything hit the fan. There are people on the inside that are working with Congress, congressional members, and it's pretty freaking serious. And they're trying to shut it down. They're trying to shut it down. Now, supposedly, I heard this from somebody, and I think he was totally speculating when he told me that there's going to be a week's long worth of hearings with numerous whistleblowers on the topic. Now, I will believe it when I see it. But supposedly, this is what a person told me, that sometime in 2024, they're going to have a major hearing and they're going to have multiple whistleblowers present to talk about this. And it's going to take a week, not a day, not a half a day. It's going to take a week. So I don't know. I don't know how to take that. I don't know if I believe that. I'll believe it when I see it. So there's a lot of chatter behind the scenes. That's just something I could talk about, but I'll believe that when I see it. And then that 23-minute video bullshit just keeps coming up. Oh, you got to see that they have a 23-minute video. Corbell's seen it. I mean, I hear so much stuff. Again, I want to see it. I don't want to talk about it. I want to see it. Sure, let's see it. That happens a lot behind the scenes. A lot of talk. But I have not seen anything at all. At all. Oh boy. But the one person that is currently in Congress said something to somebody I know. Actually, two people I know. And I cannot believe. Now, from one person, I'm a little shaky about him telling me. But from the other person, I believe it 100%. And they were together. But from the one source, I'm like, okay, he's probably exaggerating about this. But when it came from the other person, I was like, come on, really? And the person said, yes, this is what he said. Now, again, that's secondhand. I have to hear it for myself to believe it, coming from a source. I cannot take the word what I talked to and I met with and hear it from them because the story could have changed completely. But it came from someone currently in Congress. Direct, supposedly. And boy, oh boy, if what they said, wow, look at this. Looks like a freaking UFO. It looks like, look at that. That's awesome. Wow, this Aurora is really awesome tonight. So everybody getting ready for Easter? You guys are talking about what? The cream eggs, chocolate? I'd be in the hospital if I ate all that shit. I'd be done. You know, Kevin, you know something? I was the same way. Do you know that? I was the same way, seriously. If I got a rabbit, if it was hollow and it was cracked, I would be pissed. Like, what is this? It's true. I would be upset if the rabbit was cracked or broken as a little kid. For real. That used to piss me off. And then there's the real chocolate bunnies and that nasty, phony tasting chocolate. Like, do you know what I mean? You could tell the cheap chocolate and the real chocolate. There was the cheaper versions. Oh my. I don't know. You got to go to space weather. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I don't know if there was any crazy activity today with solar activity. Space weather will tell you. Go to spaceweather.com. I don't want to share screens and look at it. But you guys could check it out. Go to space weather. Yeah, I feel the same way, Ken. I feel the same way, Ken. It raises a flag when that name comes up. I agree. That's another thing. You have to be seriously concerned when somebody's saying they're going to give you a copy of a video because they know you're going to run with it. And they could be being used. You know what I'm saying? They're just being used, manipulated. They're being fed because they know that they're going to feed it out to the public. So, yeah, I agree with you on that. Now, I don't want to call him now because it's late. But he never sent me the freaking thing today. I should email him. Well, I could just pay for it and stop bugging him. But he did promise he was going to send it to me. I even got a message today. Oh, he's going to do it today. He feels really bad. Well, I may just have to make the move. Let me see what they want for it. Yeah, there it is. What do they want? Like $3? $4? This is a name you need to pay. Well, I'll look it up on public domain. Okay. This is an article, and I'll read it. Now, he's in this new documentary. Yeah, on a recent podcast. I wonder who he was on with. Let me go to a better article than that. Yeah, he did have the front row seat. Okay. So you all know that picture. I think I've showed it here. What the commander just sent me. Oh boy. This one. Because there were some interesting people sitting there. You may not recognize. So this is a serious photo that was taken at the hearing with Grush. Now, here is Stephen Bassett. Here's Martin Willis back here. And yeah, you got Corbell, Knapp. But who's this guy in the middle here? Well, this guy here, we know this is Fravor, Grush, Ryan Graves. Okay? But who's this guy? Right here. Well, I'm going to put a link in YouTube. I can't share the video because I'm on YouTube. But you might want to watch this. Because he's featured in the film. In the documentary. This guy. Retired Rear Admiral Navy Gallaudet. And that's from News Nation. And you guys can watch it and reach your own conclusions. I'll put it in Trovo too if anybody's in Trovo. But I have a little background, but I can't talk about it with him. But keep an eye on him. That's all I'm going to say. Keep an eye on him. And I wish I could play it on the screen, but I can't. Plus, we're watching the Aurora. But if you, on your own time, you reach your own conclusions. Now, I have not seen that video yet. I know who he is. I know the name. That's why I searched it. And I'll be watching that later. Myself. Now that movie, like I said, not movie, documentary, he's in it. In this Transmedium Fast Movers USO movie, documentary that's on Amazon Prime. Tomorrow I am going to call Darcy. I want a copy. But I'm really curious about that. Because even Mark D'Antonio said when he was on the sub, they detected a fast mover. I think Mark said it was moving at 200 knots. Underwater? If it's not a torpedo? What's the speed of a... I mean, that's classified anyway, but... I don't know. Interesting stuff. I remember many years ago, I was talking to a guy off the record, and he was part of the Canadian Maritime, and they were doing a joint exercise with the United States. And it was, they were doing a drill. Then all of a sudden, he said, our orders changed. They were tracking something with the sonar buoys, and they were now told to try to track it down and follow it. And again, this was a Canadian United States joint exercise. And this was not supposed to happen, and the mission changed. And they were told to try to track this thing down, that the buoys were picking this thing up. Now this is years ago. So I remember a conversation with somebody about that. I was like, wow. I wish I knew the guy's name, and I wish I could call him. Because that was a long time ago. That was over 10 years ago. But it's interesting shit like that. Like today, I spoke to a police officer that I know. And I said, you know what? I wish I can get one of you guys to go on the record talking about UFOs. He started laughing. There's a lieutenant in my town. I said, come on. You're telling me that there's no police, because I was joking, I was laughing when I was saying it, that nobody would go on the record to talk about UFO? He goes, nope. Oh my God. They're not going to go on the record. So yeah, that was kind of funny today. Nope. Yeah, there's no way. Off the record with Bill, it'll be all over the place. They know it too. Don't tell him nothing. That's the UFO nut. But I was laughing when I was talking to him. So I had to go to the post office and to drop that stupid phone off. They're not going to talk about it. I tried, though. A lieutenant that I knew 15 years ago, bullshit, 10 years ago, he's still there, but he's doing something else now. He told me, though, off the record, he didn't say current. He said, yeah, we had some officers that retired. This is what he said. That seen stuff here. Actually, I think it was 2 officers. They were on patrol, and they seen this is what he told me. That they seen a UFO go in the Hudson River and then back out the Hudson River. So, off the record, he didn't tell me names or anything, but that's what he told me. Went into the Hudson, they witnessed it go into the Hudson River and then out of the Hudson River. So that was kind of bizarre. And he told me that. And I believe him. He has no reason to lie. So that was a weird thing. And Chris knows a lot of people, a lot of officers that came forward and talked about their experiences. I met one in Sears. I may even have that recording if I can find Chris's old show with that, because I got him to be a guest on Chris's old show Project Aries. I keep every KGRA file, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have that. I have everything. If I don't have it, I'd be shocked. And you could hear it. Okay, so this is how, if I got the Project Aries, I don't know. His last name is Velez. And he comes on for like, he'll talk his story, but then he has nothing else to talk about. So it's not like we can get him on a show for more like than 20 minutes, because he doesn't have much to offer other than his account. Oh my God, tell me I don't have this fucking file. Oh, hell no. How is that possible? Wait a minute, I gotta set up the station. Strange Kate Witness J. I got it. I found it.
In this universe, life must thrive as a mathematical certainty.
This is old. All right, so I'm gonna try to find it. Now, the story behind this is, I was in Sears of all places, getting an oil change for my car. And he's sitting there, and he sees my UFO shirt. And he goes, "Are you interested in that?" I said, "Yeah." And then I told him the whole story. And he goes, "Well, I have something to tell you." He was at the time a New York State Parks police officer. And it was at night, and he was on the Taconic Parkway. It was in the 80s, at the peak of all this crazy stuff that was going on. And he seen a craft the size of a football stadium hovering over his vehicle. And you're going to hear him if I can find it on this clip. And he's looking at it, and then all of a sudden he sees a bunch of police cars coming toward him from the north, heading south. They were chasing this thing. They were chasing it like in a movie. And then he said it went whoop, gone. And that was the end of it. Now another guy seen when it went down south, and that would be, what's his name? Kevin Soravia. And he was a police officer for the Yorktown Police Department. He's seen it. The same, it's crazy. And you might ask, well, did he report it? Exactly what somebody said, Lewis. Any cop who goes on the record about UFOs will be put in the loony bin. Well, maybe not the loony bin, but they would be the laughing stock. And did he file a report? No. And I don't know if the other officers did. But then a few days later, you hear about these planes in formation that were launched from Stormville Airport as decoys with lights on them to try to say, oh, they were just planes in formation. They tried to pull that. They tried to pull that stunt, saying, oh, no, you all just seen planes in formation. After the fact, they did that to cover it up. Ain't that some shit? They actually, wow, that looks awesome. They actually did that. Let me see if I can find the area when Tony starts talking. So this is the guy I met, and I got him on the show. Well, I was in Sears, of all places. me see. I'm gonna fast forward.
Sort. So I'm there
That's him.
looking at the.
Oh boy, are you in for a treat when you listen to these stories. So let me introduce the other two gentlemen. One, his name is Kevin Cervalis. The other one is
Sarvia.
Antonio Velez. Antonio was a park police officer. Kevin, a lieutenant with the Yorktown Police Department. So, gentlemen, how are you? Good to have
Good,
you on.
thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Everybody
thank you.
there. All right. Tony, let's start with you because
Okay.
you're a former New York State retired park police officer, right?
That's correct. Hmm.
And you had one heck of a sighting one night while you were on patrol. By the way, what area were you patrolling? Where were you stationed
So I was in Dutchess County patrolling Baird State Park in LaGrange. And after I patrolled the park, I was going to get on the Taconic Parkway. And that's when I saw the sighting. And do you want me to continue directly with the story from there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tony.
Okay, so it was in the evening.
What year was it, by the way?
What's that?
About what
I'm
year
sorry.
was it?
Oh, okay. So that was in the mid '80s to late '80s, and it was probably closer to 11 o'clock because I was going to finish my shift at 11:30. I said, "Well, let me take one swing through this park, make sure everything's okay." Which I did, and then I went up the ramp from Baird State Park to get on the Taconic southbound, and that's when I saw this humongous object just hovering. So I pulled the police car right onto the Taconic shoulder and got out of the police vehicle and got out, and I'm wondering what in the world is this thing? And it was humongous. It was like the size of like maybe 3 football fields.
3.
That big, Tony?
It was, yes, because it looked like it was pretty low. You know, it wasn't like way up in the sky. It was low, so it kind of engulfed maybe the whole county, you know?
And this thing was hovering right above you, right?
Yes, yes. And I'm trying to look through it, but you couldn't see through it. In other words, to see like the sky and just to see if it's an aircraft formation of some sort. So I'm there looking at this thing, bewildered and trying to figure it out, and I was like, okay. So then my police scanner started going haywire with a lot of police departments speaking to each other. Did you see this? Did you see that? That UFO? And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So I'm not the only person looking at this thing. So they decided...
The police radio was chattering, right?
What's that?
Your police radio inside your patrol vehicle, it was chattering with this conversation about the UFO?
That's right. There was a lot of communication between the local police department, state police, etc., and they were talking to each other, and they said, "Oh, let's see if we can catch up to it," you know, and so I just stood there staring at this thing once again, trying to figure it out, and from maybe a mile and a half north of me on the southbound side of the Taconic, I see the lights. Police lights, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, that now we got to catch up with this thing, you know, and so
no, it's not.
But then as they got closer, the thing, this UFO, which was kind of mostly round but slightly wedge shaped, is the best I can describe it. It had like these dim lights on it. It didn't look like LEDs or incandescent lighting. It was kind of like faint lighting. The thing just like took off without picking up speed. It's just like, you know, something out of a cartoon.
So instead of from 0 to 60, it just went to 60, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it headed. It looked like it was traveling south towards Yorktown, actually. You know, if anything. But once it was out of sight, I don't know which way, you know, if it went east or west or what. But, yeah, it was amazing. And like I said, I didn't tell any of the guys at work. Everybody's going to laugh at me, you know. And sure enough, later on throughout the years, you know, I found out that other people have seen this thing. And and I am not into the whole phenomenon itself, but I know what I saw, and experienced. Yeah.
Now, what about the other police cars? Did they pass you, or were they taking a different route, or what happened with them? They just continued the chase?
They continued south on the Taconic, and I didn't jump on board with them because I said, what am I going to do, I'll never catch up.
Well, what are you going to do when you catch it? That's the thing, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. This is, but I just got to say that it was humongous and it was low. And that's what really, I didn't feel scared, I just felt amazed by it. I wasn't trembling or anything. I was just, wow, this is awesome, And I've never researched anything about UFOs or anything like that. I've heard people speak about these things, but I never had any real interest in it until I saw this thing myself.
Tony, I got to ask you a question. Did you file a police report on this?
What's that?
Did you file a police report on this incident?
Oh, absolutely not.
Wait, I can imagine that if you probably did, they'd be taking you to the police shrink and trying to figure out what's going on.
And the only good thing that may have come out of that is they would have retired me, on a psych or something like that. But I didn't want to retire. I was new,
Oh. No, a lot of cops were in the same situation as you. They seen stuff in the skies, and they say, well, you know what? I've always said that I don't care. When I was on patrol, if an alien came down and banged on the hood of my car, I didn't see anything, because I know if I go back and tell my captain and say, hey, I just saw an alien, he's going to say, I think you need to go see the police psychiatrist. Yeah. So a lot of cops are scared of their careers and don't want us to tell about their sightings. So what happened afterwards? So go ahead, Tony.
Well, after that, after the police cars passed me and, I lost sight of them, I very calmly got in my police car, went to the station house, and I signed out of service and went home. And and that was
Tony, I got a
end.
question for you. Mm-hmm. I got a question for you, my friend. When you said you were at ease, do you think that was because of your training, your experience, or do you think maybe because we've had reports that sometimes when they have a sighting, they are being put at ease. That's not all the time the case, but do you think maybe that you felt something like, this doesn't bother me as much as I should be frightened, but I'm not?
Yeah. I did feel like that, even though as a police officer, training comes into play, because most police officers, when you go into an academy, they break you down and rebuild you so that you can handle stressful situations and things like that and not go crazy.
So your training kicked right in and kept you from going nuts. Exactly.
I really felt calm. I didn't feel excited or scared or anything like that. It was just, wow, this is cool. It's almost like I had taken
you'd be amazed.
Yeah, it's almost like I had taken 2 or 3 beta blockers or something.
All right. Well, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I have former retired Lieutenant Kevin Sorvelis on the line. Now, Kevin was a detective sergeant on the at the time, and when you said that this unknown craft, headed toward Yorktown, well, that's where he worked. Kevin, you on the line?
Yeah, I'm on the line. Just a correction. At that time, I was a patrolman.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Kevin,
okay.
Let's talk about your sighting. Yep. Your sighting that you had, you were a detective sergeant at the time, right?
No. I was a patrolman at the time. I wasn't made a detective sergeant until 2004.
Okay, let's talk about your sighting then when you were a patrolman and stuff. So what happened to you, my friend?
Yeah, I was on patrol on Route 118 traveling towards the main part of Yorktown Heights where the Triangle Center is. Mm-hmm. I saw a large object with bright lights, bank of bright lights coming in very low. First, I thought it was maybe a commercial airline in distress because it was very low. When I was looking at it, the white lights all turned off instantaneously. Then a whole complete bank row of, I believe they were red, blue, and amber lights. Quite a bit of them. And I got out of my car. And it was approaching them. Very, very slow. It was moving. Approached the triangle center, and it stopped. Now, by my perspective, looking at triangle center, I'm looking at this object. It had to be at least 2 football fields from wingtip to wingtip.
Damn.
2 football.
Watching it.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, as I was watching it, it stopped over the triangle center. Then it basically started to pivot on a 45-degree angle, and it started to head west.
Fuck.
And basically, it went over the hill, and I lost sight of it. At that point, I went to the station, and the phones were ringing off the hook, and I was basically asked them to call the airport. Sergeant was at the time, so I was more or less directed the guys just give Stewart an airport and give Westchester County a call and give LaGuardia a call, see if they got anything on the radar. They made the calls. And
so, Kevin, you were getting a lot of calls to the station about this, right?
Yes, correct.
And stuff.
Numerous.
So people
in fact,
were calling in.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, buddy.
After we called in the airport, they indicated they had nothing on their radar. And at this time, I spent maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes assisting them with calls coming in of people observing this phenomena,
Wow.
for lack of a better word.
Now, you said you called the airport, right?
Yeah, we called Stewart, Westchester County, and LaGuardia.
What did they tell you, Kevin?
Yeah. No, they didn't. Nothing on the site. We have nothing. No indications of any aircraft in our area.
Now, you had something else happen to you with this sighting, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. About approximately about maybe an hour later, this is the funny part about it. I was thinking, well, it'd be great if we come back and I could see it. Then I heard Putnam County chatting on the radio frequency that the object was heading towards Yorktown. So me and me and the dispatcher, Billy Wolf, and a highway department employee went out to the front of the police station, and about 5 minutes later, this thing's coming right towards us over the police station.
It's coming toward you?
Yeah, it's coming right. Actually, I was wanting to see this thing again, and this thing came directly right over us, no more than 500 feet above the police station.
Wow.
So you're outside with another cop, right? And you walk outside, and you're probably saying to yourself, I wish I could see this thing again. And lo and behold, guess what's coming toward you?
Yeah, right over me. And the other officer said he wasn't afraid. Well, let me be honest with you. Well, my training at that time, my legs turned to rubber because I was freaking out. To the extent that man, I was pretty scary. But anyway, when I'm looking up into it, I can see the lights, and I said, let me just attain what I could see between those lights. Well, there were stars in the sky, and there was a moon. I remember that. And when the thing passed over, it was extremely quiet. You couldn't hear nothing, even the birds or the insects. Everything died. Dead silence. And as it passed over, I looked up, and there was some type of a structure between the lights that was blocking out the stars. All right, so as it passed us, I turned around and headed southbound to what we call the Croton River Gorge by Turkey Mountain. I could watch a large V-shaped object moving very slow, banking, and heading towards the Hudson River. I went very slow. It was moving, and I watched it until it basically disappeared into the west.
Indian Point isn't far from
And that was it.
So these couldn't have been electrolytes, right?
Oh no! Come on. First of all,
well, I gotta ask you the question, Kevin. You know, so the listeners know that
they make a lot of noise. I see them in Florida all the time. I have a condo down there. They make extreme loud, very small engine on here, like a large lawnmower engine. There was no sound whatsoever.
Yeah.
When I first saw it,
unbelievable.
yeah, it was Yeah, the sighting of this is burnt in my mind. You got to understand, this is 40 years ago. I can still visualize.
Well, I don't see how you can ever forget something that comes right over you about less than 500 feet above you and starts hovering above you, and you don't know what it is. And it's sure not an electrolyte. It's sure not a plane and stuff. I'll tell you. What the other cops say?
The highway department guy, we was just freaked out. We had no clue what it was, really, basically. We had no idea. I had no idea what it was, and no idea whatsoever. I'm completely baffled.
Did you guys ever see anything like that before, both of you guys? Any other sightings?
No.
My daughter, this is Tony, my daughter, early in the morning, she went out to smoke a cigarette behind my house, and she's looking at a star that's moving around a lot really fast. And so she took some pictures of it and some videos, and then I put it in my computer, and I blew up the picture. And interestingly enough, it was in the shape of a saucer, like a UFO.
Yeah.
And then I had spoken to Linda Moulton, and I interviewed with her, and I had sent her a photograph of that also, just to point that out. And she did a report on Earth Files, and I think the title of it is UFOs in the shape of stars or something like that. How many stars are really UFOs? Yeah. Anyway, it was pretty interesting and whatnot. So, but other than that, the Taconic incident and when my daughter showed me, which I sent to Linda Moulton, she found very interesting. Yeah.
I was the one that made that happen.
Well, that is amazing. These two sightings are amazing. I'll tell you, there's a lot of police officers out there that have seen a lot of sightings. Not here just in the United States, but all over the world. There's some incredible stories that cops have told.
Now, that's pretty much their stories. And I speak to both of them today. I mean, I still talk to them. It makes me think we should do a UAP show on police officer sightings. Because I can call Tony and I can call Kevin and see if they'd be willing to do that. I got to make sure that I got their numbers still. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I know I have his fucking number. That scares me. How could I not have it? Oh my, I got his card somewhere. He plays at the Falcon. He's a musician too now, Tony. I cannot fucking believe I don't have his number on my phone. It might be on my old phone. The one that Mom has. Kevin I can talk to on Skype. I mean on Facebook. But I'm worried more about Tony's number. I thought I added it. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Mom, I need you to bring me your phone right away.
Announcing.
I need you to bring me your phone right away. If it's not on that phone, I gotta find this guy's card. Because there's no other way I can communicate with him. And that will suck. Exactly. I know a lot of... Chris knows a lot of officers too. And yes, that officer from Tuxedo Park, correct. Which I don't know he could talk about it right now. I gotta talk to Chris tomorrow. But I need Tony's number. It might be in my wallet. Oh my God, that would suck. I gotta go to commercial. I'm gonna check Facebook. I don't think Tony His band is there, but I don't know the name of his freaking band. And I can't even look at the Falcon for past shows. Maybe. There's a way. This is when I gotta do my own detective work. That's the name of it. Oh, that's old. Oh shit, they're playing at upcoming events. In Peekskill, too far. The fuck is that? I don't even know what that is. Mom would love to go. Beacon. I'm making a reservation. Oh my God, I gotta make a reservation. I'll see him in person. April 27th. 20 in advance. 25 at the door. I'll just go see him. Main stage. Oh shit, they got some good musicians here. This might be a place I need to go. Right here, Cubaricua. Tickets. Mom! It's a Saturday. I'm taking off. Tickets. 20 in advance. Well, how do I order? Oh, here we go. 2 tickets. Show with dinner visit reservation. I don't want to eat early. Okay, they go on at 8:30. Let's do a dinner reservation at 7:30. Add to cart. Check out. Tickets. 40. Wait a minute. Show with dinner. 0. Advance. 2. I can't say. Fuck title. Title's not necessary. I'm gonna surprise Mom. It's right across the bridge. It's freaking amazing. I'll to see him in person. But I'm still going to look them up. Tickets to continue. Okay. Where's the email? Okay, the email's up there. Place order. I agree. Order confirmed. There it is. Order confirmation. Printable PDFs. I got to surprise Mom. So I just bought the tickets to see them. Mom's going to love it. So this is the band that he's part of. And I'm not going to keep it on the screen. And this is the guy who's seen the UFO right here. That's Tony. That's him. That's the retired New York Parks Department police officer. So that is super cool. I gotta see if I could try to message him. It doesn't say contact. You can't contact them. I can't even reach out to him, but I'll see him in a month. I'm gonna make this happen. Let me put a star on this so I can print those tickets out. So April 27th, Saturday, I will not be doing any live shows. Okay. But I'm going to make that a mission. I'm going to get him. I'm going to contact Kevin. And it's too late to call Chris. But plus, I have to make this all work out. I have to coordinate this. So it'll be for a UAP show for the future. Because unless he's numbered, I got to grab Mom's phone. Guess what, man? I have a surprise for you. A good one. Oh, you're not going to say that after I tell you. We're going to be going to Beacon at the end of April. Right across the bridge. Alexa, hang up. Alexa, hang up. Oh my God. Alexa, hang up. April, the last Saturday in April. A month from Saturday. I gotta see if I have Tony's number on your phone. The guy that we met. The Spanish guy that we met, that he had the UFO sighting. Oh my God. Nope. The fuck is this? What is that? Nope. That sucks. Well, I'm just gonna have to wait till I see him in person. Nothing I could do. Because I doubt I have his card in my wallet after all these years. Highly doubt it. That really sucks. I gotta wait a month to call him. Oh well, it'll happen in time. But I definitely want to do a show with all police officers that have had witness accounts of seeing something. At least they believe that it's not. I gotta call Chris tomorrow. Oh, he's got Tony's number. Chris definitely has freaking Tony's number. No doubt. Chris keeps everything. Chris has it. I just realized that. Chris has it. He's got the police officer's number. It's going to be good for Mom because it's salsa music. It's Latino music. She'll love it. So I just made reservations for her and I. It's good for take Mom out and enjoy that. It's literally 15 minutes, if that, from this house. The place. Now, I don't even know. Now I lost it. Because I killed the window. Oh, no, I didn't. I want to see what this place looks like. I think I was there to see a Pink Floyd band. It's got to be the place. This place was nice. Oh, yeah, I was there. I saw Pink Floyd there. I know exactly where I was sitting, too. Oh, shit. I just realized something. We're going to get shitty seats if I had the dinner at that time. It's too late. I put for 7:30. Non-refundable. All sales final. Son of a... Doesn't matter. As long as we're there, Mom is going to enjoy it no matter what. It's not that big of a place. But it's pretty big. Maybe we'll get lucky. This is what the place looks like. Last time I went, I sat right by here. I was right around there. It was nice. It was a Pink Floyd tribute band. It was pretty freaking awesome. But what's been awesome is there's been Aurora all night. Amazing. Oh, here's something interesting. A dinner reservation requires one entree per person minimum. Those who do not wish to join us for dinner may purchase a show-only ticket, which grants access to your table 15 minutes prior to show time. So, I got it for 7:30. So that might help. It's a dinner reservation. So I'm sure a lot of people make the dinner reservations, but we're in advance, so who knows? Maybe it'll work out. But Mom, we're going Saturday in April. You're gonna have a ball. Now, I gotta be careful. Is there audio going through? There is, right? I gotta listen. Okay, so there's no audio going through, which is good. This is that film I'm talking about. That's Tim Gallaudet right there. The same clip I put in YouTube earlier. There he is. So that's what this is about. USOs. This one. And this is the movie that's going to be shown in Pine Bush. And Darcy's going to be there. And some of the other participants are going to be there. But this is what Pine Bush is going to focus on this year. Is this. I don't know. Don't leave it there. So there's a lot of stuff going on. But this should be interesting. This should be interesting. I'm going to call Darcy tomorrow. So in here, the description, it says transmedium UFOs, often viewed as ocean-based USOs, have long fascinated Navy personnel. Join us for an in-depth exploration of USO history with former Navy Chief Oceanographer Tim Gallaudet, and Mark's in it too. Mark's in it. There's Mark talking about his experience on the sub. So Mark's in it. He'll be there. Oh shit, I can't pause it. The guy on the right side of the screen, it's gone. He's gone. He'll be there in person. Him. That guy on the right. Tony. Anthony was supposed to go, the other guy, but he's got a family event, so he can't attend. So that's what Pine Bush is going to feature. That's what we're going to be doing. And there'll be a Q&A after the film. And like I said, Tony will be there. And you never know what surprise we might have of people zooming in. We're working on that. So it should be fun this year. Damn, I blew it. So that's We gotta do the police officer show. We gotta do it. And we definitely have all the connections we need to do it. No doubt. I mean, we hear about the whistleblowers. Well, what about having a bunch of police officers talking and coming forward and talking about it? And what they experienced. And how they couldn't file a report because of ridicule or being sent to go in for a psych eval or whatever it is. So yeah, we'll have that kind of a show. I'll talk to Chris tomorrow. Yeah, Chris had, the Tuxedo Park one, he's a friend of Chris's. So that may be possible, but I don't know how much that guy can talk publicly about it, to be honest. I don't know. But we'll try. That Tuxedo Park case is sick. That is... And Linda... she was involved. Linda Zimmerman. I don't know if there's such a picture that exists. I know Chris has it. I don't know if it's on public domain. I don't know. No. This is a very high-end, and I'm talking very high-end community. And it's private. They have it fenced off with security and everything. Chris has the freaking photo that was taken. Because we're not going to find it here. Not on a search engine. And I doubt they're going to talk about it in an article. Maybe. I should try it a different way. And it didn't happen. They had to cancel it. This, I think, was going to be at Pine Bush. Yes. And they had to cancel. That's funny. And it was going to be at the Pine Bush Museum. There goes the shooter. What are you doing, Mama?
This animal is so smart that I don't know. Well, I'm doing the kisses for him. He's sitting over there waiting for me. And now he's in the living room because he's going to eat the kisses. This is Mr.
Well, I found out the officer's name.
You don't want this? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? For real, Tycho? And you want to buy
Just
me?
leave it there.
Yeah, Billy. I'll leave it there. You give it to
Yeah, I'll
me.
give it to him. Just leave it there.
He's having an attitude.
I see his name now. I'm not repeating it here, though.
This is right there by the fireplace.
Okay. Michael, it's actually Michael Tabak. A little research you could dig. I can't go back. Let me see if I do a little bit more. It's kind of a weird thing. I gotta see the timing here. So that's 2022. So that's March 2022. It's complicated. So he was a Tuxedo Park sergeant, but he was also involved in a police shooting. I mean, not a police shooting, off-duty shooting in Newburgh, the town of Newburgh. So there's some complications involved here. Maybe that's why he backed out. But this is a gated community. You have to have permission to go in and out of Tuxedo Park. So I don't know. There's some interesting background with that one. Weird. Weird. But he's still around because somebody I know met him. Oh no, he didn't meet the person. It was supposed to happen last December. There's some weird shit going on. I can't get into details, but it's weird. But Chris has contact. But see, with everything that's going on, it's still in the courts, his case. I don't know if he wants to talk about anything like that, be public. Right now, I think he's probably trying to stay lying low. Because he was involved in a shooting. Off duty. So I don't know if he's willing to come public now with anything. The Tuxedo Park officer. He was a sergeant. And supposedly he was involved in some kind of scuffle outside of a restaurant, a bar or whatever in the town. And they're trying to charge him with assault. I don't know. I don't know much about that case. But just doing a little digging right now, it led me to that. I was like, whoa. Chris probably knows more. The Aurora is finally fading. It was amazing all night. Unbelievable. Mom, you never made that for me, right? Here comes the yelling. You never made me the eggs. Forget it now. It's too late. Yeah, I can't eat now. It's too late. And no way I'm having coffee because as soon as I'm done at 1 o'clock, I'm going to bed. The neighbor is lighting fireworks? For what? They just like playing with fireworks? The hell are they lighting fireworks for? Is that like an everyday thing over there, Lewis? Lighting fireworks? And you're in what, Cali? At 9:30 at night? Yeah, let's just shoot off some fireworks tonight. Why not? We're bored. We'll just go shoot some fireworks. That sounds bizarre, dude. And what's up, Hamid, if you're still there? Actually, Ken, there's a lot of history with Tuxedo Park. And also has to do with government. I don't even know if they'll talk about that publicly on a public domain.
He ate the gizzards. Billy, do me a favor.
What?
Give him the gizzards, please. Wash yourself with the blanket because he might try to bite you.
Yeah, Psycho. Yankees won. They came back.
I know. That's cool.
They got lucky. They got lucky. Okay. Yeah, they're not getting into the history of Tuxedo Park.
So he's eating them.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's you giving Tycho food to it at nighttime?
Hmm.
Then I said, he's an animal. They eat at any time.
All right, Ma. I'm live.
Bye. Go into my room. I'll go sleep.
Okay. The Secret of Tuxedo Park. And this is something that aired on PBS in 2018. And it says here, in the fall of 1940, British Prime Minister... I can't do this while she's talking.
Oh, come on.
I'm live.
Oh.
In the fall of 1940, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill ordered a small team of scientists on a transatlantic mission, secret mission, to deliver his country's most valuable military secret, a revolutionary radar component, not to the U.S. government, but to a mysterious Wall Street tycoon, Alfred Lee Loomis. Using his connections, his money, and his brilliant scientific mind, Loomis and his team of scientists developed radar technology that would arguably play a more decisive role than any other weapon in the war. The Secret of Tuxedo Park tells a long overlooked story of an individual who helped alter the course of history in World War II. Now that's just one thing that was going on at Tuxedo Park. There was a lot of this kind of stuff going back in the day at this place. That's just one. So I did find one thing on Tuxedo Park. Now, I don't know if this trailer still works, which it does not. I'm wondering if there's something on YouTube on this. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's been a lot of stuff that went on at Tuxedo Park. It is. But they're just clips. The Tower House. The Rad Lab. And that was what it was called. The Rad Lab was the main research facility for the American radar program in the Second World War at Tuxedo Park. There's not much on it, I can tell you that. All right, what is this?
Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents In Those Dangerous Times. The silence my grandfather imposed served only to distort and enlarge the family myths about William Richards, and in my father's boyish eyes, he became a heroic figure, rebellious, romantic.
That's a book, Tuxedo Park, a Wall Street Tycoon, and the Secret Palace of Science that changed the course of World War II. But there was other big corps doing research at Tuxedo Park. That's why I'm trying to search it, because there's more. It's more than just that. This was a heavily protected area and still is today. But I will do my digging. Chris knows a lot more. So does Linda Zimmerman. You want to hear something funny? And I talked to somebody that was part of the diving team. This is true. So in 2014, a UFO was seen over the lake. And witnesses say that it dropped something into the center of the lake. Now, a photo was taken when during the winter, and where the object supposedly fell, the lake froze over, but there was a hole in the ice just where the object fell. Now, I might as well. MUFON was going to send a team of divers there. And they were not given permission. And the excuse was they didn't want the divers to contaminate the water. Meanwhile, in the summer, they have people swimming in that lake. So you don't want divers to go in there, but you have people swimming in it. What's going on, Ken? I'm sorry, I believe that was in 20. They got reports of you trying travels. He wanted to see if he could see it and just got the end of it. Trying to go behind a hill. It's like a lights, white lights. From these aliens. Okay, I read it. But they were denied. There's no way they were going to allow it. See, that's the only thing that's coming up. I'm trying it a different way. It's all the same shit. Microwave radar. Ah. Here's one. Wow, this is interesting. This is on the Department of Energy site. Office of Scientific and Technical Information. Decommissioning Aurora programs. I can't even. Decommissioning experience. The Clintichem facility, originally the Union Carbide Nuclear Company Research Center, consisted primarily of a I don't know what MW is, milliwatt pool type reactor linked via a 4-foot wide by 12-foot deep water-filled canal to a bank of 5 adjacent hot cells. Shortly after going into operations in the early 1960s, the facility's operations expanded to provide various reactor-based products and service to a multiple of research, production, medical, and education groups. From 1968 through 1972, the facility developed a process of separating isotopes from mixed fission products generated by irradiating enriched uranium target capsules. By the late 1970s, 20 to 30 capsules were being processed weekly. Several isotopes such as MO and all this other shit were being extracted for medical use. What the fuck? The reactor is located within the town of Tuxedo, New York, in an industrial park known as Sterling Forest. Oh, we need to look up Sterling Forest. I'm starting to dig and I'm starting to find out more stuff. huh? Ain't this a bitch? Sterling Lake Ironworks, Tuxedo Park. The remains of the furnace and ironworks that produce the massive Hudson River chain still stands in the woods of New York. Holy shit, that thing looks almost like the fucking De Gluck. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Look what I stumbled on. You have to know the images of De Gluck in order to know what the hell I'm seeing here. You see this ringed tower with these columns? Now this is Tuxedo Park. Damn, it goes way back in time, 1778. But that's just, over here it says, NYU drops plan on research base. The ruins of a military-industrial complex now host concerts and more. The ruins of a military-industrial complex. Tuxedo, New York. Radioisotope production facility. The facility was owned and operated by Union Carbide Corporation until 1984, when it was sold to La Roche, a large pharmaceutical company. So the more I dig, the more interesting thing I'm finding out about the different things that were going on at Tuxedo Park, because it looks like there was some big time tycoons and people there. Holy shit. That's cray-cray. So could that activity been attracting UFO activity over there? Because it's not new. I wonder. But it's starting to come together. Chris told me a whole bunch of shit that was going on there. Now that I'm digging, I'm finding shit on my own. And to this day, it's very... Yeah, exactly. Have you ever seen pictures of it? That's what I'm saying. When I saw that image, I was like, whoa. Did they try to mimic it? Let me see if I can find a picture of that. Look. Now this is just an image. All right, hold on. Let me see if I find a better one than that. And you know, they'll call it a hoax. That's the site in Germany. So when I saw that image, I was like, wait a minute. Were they trying to reconstruct and doing something there? And people didn't they didn't add it up. Who the hell knows? But that's curious. I'm not saying it looks similar. I'm not saying that's the case, but Supposedly that was the site in Germany. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that was in Pennsylvania, the Kecksburg thing. And I know I spoke with, oh my God, Stan Gordon. And he did a lot of research on that. And supposedly, they retrieved it, they put it on a flatbed, covered it, and took it away. The so-called Kecksburg one that was acorn-shaped, supposedly. That they came in. A case that's really interesting, and it's funny because Ruben Uriarte, who's going to be doing the MUFON show, I heard a show years ago that he did with, I don't know if it was Noe Torres and Alejandro Rojas, but there's a really interesting case, a UFO case. But let me just set the station up because I'm going to get in trouble. A lot of people may not even know about the case, but it's a very, very interesting case. Let me just put Chris Dunn's show from tonight in here. Buys me a little time when I stop streaming in about 10 minutes because I gotta go to bed. And I'm gonna look for it. It's a very interesting case. And I'm not saying it's true. Of course, it's alleged. It's not coming up. Okay, this one is it. They just called it. It's this. I'll read it to you. It's the Coyame, Mexico case. And then I'm getting off. On October 25th, August 25th, 1974, at 22:07 hours, U.S. air defense radar detected an unknown object approaching U.S. airspace from the Gulf of Mexico. Originally, the object was tracked at 2,530 miles per hour on a bearing of 325 degrees and altitude of 75,000 feet. A course that would intercept U.S. territory about 40 miles southwest of Corpus Christi, Texas. After approximately 60 seconds of observation at a position 155 miles southeast of Corpus Christi, the object decelerated to approximately 1,955 miles per hour. So it decelerated. Turned, and began to slow down and slow descent. It was coming down. It entered Mexican airspace approximately 40 miles south of Brownsville, Texas. Radar tracked it approximately 500 miles to a point near the town of Coyame in the state of Chihuahua, not far from the U.S. border. I heard about this case. I was blown away. There, the object suddenly disappeared from radar screens. During the flight over Mexican airspace, the object leveled off at about 45,000 feet, then descended to 20,000 feet. The descent was in level steps, not a smooth curve or straight line. Each level was maintained for approximately 5 minutes. So it's descending. The object was tracked by 2 different military radar installations. It would have been within range of Brownsville civilian radar, but it is assumed that no civilian radar detected the object due to the lack of any such reports. The point of disappearance from the radar screens was over a barren and sparsely populated area of northern Mexico. At first, it was assumed that the object had descended below the radar's horizon and a watch was kept for any reemergence of the object. None occurred. At first, it was assumed that the object might be a meteor because of the high speed and descending flight path. But meteors normally travel at higher speeds and descend into a smooth arc and not in steps. And meteors do not normally make a 35-degree change in course. Shortly after detection, an air defense alert was called. However, before any form of interception could be scrambled, the object turned to a course that would not immediately take it over U.S. territory. The alert was called off within 20 minutes after the object's disappearance from radar screen. 52 minutes after the disappearance, civilian radio traffic indicated that a civilian aircraft had gone down in that area. But it was clear that the missing aircraft had departed El Paso International with a destination of Mexico City and could not, therefore, have been the object tracked. So they tried to confuse it from the Gulf of Mexico. It was noted, however, that they both disappeared in the same area at the same time. Within daylight the next day, Mexican authorities began a search for the missing plane. At approximately 10:35 hours, so 10:35 in the morning, there came a radio report that wreckage from a missing plane had been spotted from the air. Almost immediately came a report of a second plane on the ground a few miles from the first. A few minutes later, an additional report stated that the second plane was circular shaped and apparently in one piece, although damaged. So maybe the UFO collided with the plane. A few minutes later, the Mexican military clamped up a radio silence on all search efforts. The radio interceptions were reported through channels to the CIA, possibly as many as 2 additional government agencies that received reports, but such has not been confirmed as to this date. The CIA immediately began forming a recovery team. The speed with which this team and equipment was assembled suggests that this was either a well-rehearsed exercise or one that had been performed prior to this event, so they were prepared for something like this to happen. In the meantime, requests were initiated at the highest level between the United States and Mexican governments that the U.S. recovery team be allowed onto Mexican territory to assist. Those requests were met with professed ignorance and flat refusal of any cooperation. By 2100 hours, 26th of August 1974, the recovery team had assembled and been staged at Fort Bliss. Several helicopters were flown in from unknown sources and assembled in the secured area. These helicopters were painted neutral sand color and bore no markings. Eyewitness indicates that there were 3 smaller craft, probably UH-1 Hueys, from that description. There were also a larger helicopter, probably a Sea Stallion. Personnel from this team remained with their craft and no contact. So basically, I don't want to read this whole fucking article. They went in and they took this object. But I got to get to the part that is interesting. But I got to watch the station. It's going to go off. So they launched this team. The photos returned by the aircraft, so they sent an aircraft to do surveillance, showed all trucks and jeeps stopped, Mexican, military. Some with doors open and 2 human bodies lying on the ground beside 2 vehicles. The decision was immediately made to launch a recovery team, but the actual launching was held up for the arrival of the additional equipment and 2 additional personnel. And the 4 helicopters followed the border down towards Presidio, then turned into Mexico, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Some recovery team members dressed in bioprotection suits reconfigured the straps holding the object on the flatbed truck, then attached them to the cargo cable from the Sea Stallion helicopter. The recovered object was back on its way to U.S. territory. Before leaving the convoy, 6 site members of the recovery gathered together the Mexican vehicles and bodies, then destroyed all with high explosives. This included the piece of the civilian light plane, which had been involved in the mid-air collision. And it's funny because it's true. The destination of the convoy reportedly was Atlanta, Georgia. Why do you think they brought this object back to Atlanta, Georgia? Think about it. Think about that carefully while I get ready to go end the freaking station. You got to put the pieces together. Why would they take the object back to Atlanta, Georgia? I know, but that was... I know what you're saying, Jade, but That was, like I said, the alleged location of the fucking Nazi Die Glockbell. I didn't say that that's what it was. I'm saying that's what they said. But anyway, getting back to this case. Think about what they just said. They had biosuits on the recovery team when they approached the craft. What did they see from surveillance as they were looking at the site, the U.S. military? Bodies lying near the truck with the doors open. So was there some kind of a biohazard situation that caused them to either be dead, injured, who knows? It seems like they were dead. Was there some kind of a biohazard thing? What is in Atlanta, Georgia? What is located in Atlanta, Georgia? Makes sense. CDC. They brought the fucker to the CDC. Because it was considered a biohazard. It was an unknown. They didn't know what the hell was going on. Was there some kind of a risk here? Biological, whatever. They brought it to the CDC. It makes total sense. So that is a case that nobody really talks about. And it's a fascinating case. Just do more research on it. Koyame incident. And I'm surprised that there's not more talk about that case. There have been books written on it. But I don't understand why people don't focus in on that case. Look it up. Koyame. It really is an interesting case. Anyway, I'm about to get off because I'm tired. And I gotta set the station for the overnight. I'll stay on until I'm done. Because I am wiped out. But that's a really interesting case. Koyame. But that was in the 70s, so 50 years ago, what are the chances of anybody involved in that shit is still alive? It's exactly 50 years ago. There could be. There definitely could be. Alright, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing here. And tomorrow I gotta paint. I definitely gotta paint tomorrow. It's gonna be nice out. I can't be wasting days. I gotta get my butt out there. I wonder if this dude sent me a file. I might have to check before I go to bed. Let me do it now. Because if he did, it has to air at 6:30 in the morning. I doubt it because he's been busy. He did shows from Oregon. this weekend. He's probably taking a break. Nope. Wait. Nope. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Alright, I can put anything in. Ground zero. Okay, caravan to midnight. Well, it's the holiday weekend for some of us. No shows on Sunday. Okay, one more show and I'm set for the tonight. I'm going to bed. One more file. At least we got to see a nice amount of Aurora activity tonight. Okay, I am done till morning. Station is good. Anyway, yeah, Tycho, he always does that. He scratches the floor before he lays down. It's the weirdest thing. He always does that. He'll scratch the floor and then lay right there. Yeah, but this is caravan to midnight. It's not like coast to coast. It's more conservative talk. The caravan show. And I air him every morning, Monday through Friday. So, yeah, caravan to midnight. Lewis, Ken, if you're still there, Jade, anybody else who may be watching, have a great night. Enjoy the holiday weekend if that's something you do. I'll be back tomorrow after 11 p.m. Eastern when I'm done working with the shows. But we got to see the Aurora. So with that, I am going to bed. It's been a long day. Anyway, be well, be blessed, be safe.